So I was looking through my comments recently on a video that I posted not too long ago, and I saw the question that asked me to do a video on conversation, but like more specifically, how to read people. So for starters, this is a good question. And the reason I say that is because it can be answered in many different ways because a lot of people have different perspectives going in on this question. So a conversation, everybody knows that this is just an interaction between two or more people. But in these conversations, I feel like the question that's really being honed in on is, can you read people? And the answer is simply, you can. It's possible to. So for instance, you're having a conversation. You can kind of pick up on a new person if that person's giving you a bad vibe or a good vibe. It's very surface level. But what I'm feeling this question is really trying to get at is like those people that have been around you for a while, those people that you've had more than one interaction with. How do you read those people? And in all honesty, I feel like this is kind of where the gray area can really set in, because on one hand, you've been around them for a while, so you can kind of read them, right? But on the other hand, it's like, oh, I've been around them for a while. How can I tell their true intentions? And I'm not gonna lie, this is something that I've asked myself multiple times. This is honestly the part where trying to read people can be a little bit more difficult than I explained before. And I say this because that interaction isn't so much surface level anymore. Like, you have an emotion towards that person, whether it be romantic or platonic. You've had multiple interactions with that person, so you have kind of an idea in your head of who that person is. It just goes to question, can you read them? Like, are you properly reading them or are you improperly reading them? And don't get me wrong, I mean, being able to read people, that's great. Is a really useful skill. I feel like everybody should understand a little bit of how to use it, but at the same time, you can't allow that to be on the forefront of your mind all the time. And I say this because regardless of you being able to read them or not, people are gonna do what they wanna do. And this is a hard thing to accept. Like, it's annoying, it's stressful, I get it. Like, I've literally been there before. But you have to understand, since emotion is involved, you're more so attached to the emotion of what you see that person to be or what you see that person to do rather than what they're actually doing. So when the question of can you read people resurfaces again after you already factor in emotions, that's when it becomes really difficult. And this is also where focusing on solely just trying to read them or just putting all your emphasis on that can be a lot more harmful and detrimental to you than it can be helpful to you. So like, you can't stress yourself out with the things that other people do because that's out of your control. And I said this in a YouTube video that I did not too long ago. The more you try to control the uncontrollables, the more out of control your life gets. So don't do it. And I know you're probably like, but Will, you don't understand. I understand. I promise you I do. But that emotion that you have towards them, you have to detach from that because you can't always rely on what people are saying. You have to rely on what people are doing. And telltale signs of this, like I just said, when people's words aren't matching up with their actions, when their body language is off, something like that, or especially, this is a big one, when people are under pressure. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest telltale sign if that person needs to be surrounded by you or not, when that person is under pressure. Because when people are under pressure, their true colors come out, whether that be positive or whether that be negative. Everybody knows when there's too much pressure on an egg, it cracks. So if you were looking for a read on that person or those people, you got your script now. So I'm gonna keep saying it. Reading people, like I said, very useful. But ultimately, you'll always be able to see a person for who they truly are if their words are matching up with their actions. So I encourage you, surround yourself with doers rather than surrounding yourself with sayers. And like I've talked about this in many of my videos, people can talk up a huge game, some of the best game that you'll ever hear, but it's all about what they do. And it's all about them putting action behind those words. If you're not seeing action behind those words, then you see what type of person that is. And in my humble opinion and my advice to you, that's all the read that you'll ever need. And yeah, that was basically it for me. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for all the love that y'all are showing me. And as I say in every single one of my videos, I know this from personal experience because it's helped me, it's currently helping me, and I know that it'll help you too. So appreciate y'all again. Y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.